If you're looking for a challenge this summer or something fun to do with the family, you may want to take part in Cross for LifeFlight. The annual event takes place throughout August and has become LifeFlight of Maine's biggest fundraiser. To celebrate 25 years of serving the Maine people, they've created a Grateful Patient fundraising team. Alyssa Thurlow introduces us to a group of participants from that team who say they're thankful for the air ambulance service for giving their family a second chance.
Every person in Maine has a LifeFlight story, whether they've been transported themselves or they know someone. We always say that we hope you never need us, but we're certainly there if you do.
LifeFlight 1 and LifeFlight 3's medical team.
This year, LifeFlight of Maine is celebrating 25 years of caring for and transporting the people of Maine. Since 1998, they've cared for more than 36,000 critically ill and injured people. Like any nonprofit, LifeFlight of Maine depends on peer-to-peer fundraising and sponsors to raise the funds needed to care for patients.
All ages, all abilities. It is a ton of fun. You get to enjoy Maine in the summer, get outdoors with your friends, family, or even solo.
Okay, so we're right here. Which way are we going to go?
The Jacobs family from Mount Vernon will be taking the Cross for LifeFlight Challenge in August, hiking and biking 70 miles. They'll be fundraising for the first ever Grateful Patient team. Like so many others, LifeFlight of Maine was able to provide their family with a second chance. In March 2022, 5-year-old Sawyer Jacobs became critically ill. His family took him to Franklin Memorial Hospital in Farmington, where he became septic and was going into liver failure with swelling around his heart and lungs.
They performed some life-saving measures right in the ER, and then they called LifeFlight, and he was able to be transported to Barbara Bush.
Once in Portland, Sawyer underwent heart surgery. A week into his stay, his mom, Jeanette, who was 36 weeks pregnant with her fourth child, was in the maternity ward having a C-section.
So I had one kid in the NICU and one kid in the PICU.
Sawyer's surgery was successful, and he got to meet his new little sister, Olivia, over Zoom. Now 6 years old, Sawyer is happy, healthy, and living his best life with his family.
He plays flag football, he goes fishing, he goes kayaking, he hikes, he does whatever he wants. The experience of almost losing a child is indescribable, and we are just beyond thankful, and we would do anything to support such an amazing organization.
Alyssa Thurlow, WABI TV 5 News.
To learn more about this year's Cross for LifeFlight or to donate, you can head to crossforlifelight.org.